All right, I'm live. Yay. Yep, looks like it's live. So, today, what I'm doing is some editing. And I was getting a bit bored of doing just editing by myself, so I figured I'd open up the stream and see what you guys want to talk about. If anyone's watching, say hello. Hey guys, thanks for joining me. I think the connection quality is a little better than last time. I'm mostly seeing green in OBS for the connection strength, which is nice. Last one was kind of a disaster. Kiki, thanks for checking out the stream at midnight. It is almost 2 o'clock in the afternoon here. I'm just having my second coffee and getting some editing done. Hey John, hey Ken. Welcome guys. Yeah, so what are you guys doing today? Besides getting ready for bed, whatever time it is in your area. I usually listen to podcasts while editing, but it gets a little annoying to like have to pause the podcast to play in Reaper and then switch back and forth. So, do I have any tips to using Waves NLS? I don't use any Waves plugins, so I can't really help you with that one. Yeah, I saw your question on Facebook, but I didn't have any answer for you, so I didn't get into the conversation. The Vampire from Nazareth. Hello. David, how are you going to edit a podcast while listening to someone talk? Seriously. It's getting pretty hot in here. I don't know if you guys can hear the fan, but I got one blowing right on my feet just to keep me semi-comfortable. But then I'm drinking a boiling coffee to like, you know, have the opposite effect, pulling me down. How dare you mute me at some point to do your work? Contact 5 player as a VST plugin. Yeah, that should be in the VSTI section. I don't know. Shaving fight. What does that mean? Am I editing the mastering show right now? No, I'm. We didn't record a mastering show this week. Ian just got back from traveling and had to postpone or cancel until next week. So what I'm working on right now is a full song recording, and I'm just going through and making sure that everything's tight and sounding good. I edited the drums earlier this week and just going through the guitars and making sure that everything's tight. It's a full album, so like lots and lots of hours of editing in Reaper coming up. I thought it might be interesting for you guys to see. Tiki, that is the weirdest thing I've ever heard of. I'm out. I'm not gonna get involved in that. No way. I haven't been to any NAMs. I've been to some Canadian versions of NAM called MIAC when I used to work in retail for company that sold recording equipment in Ontario and did a couple trade shows, but it's from what I've heard, it's nothing like NAMM. John Andrews, yes I am. Originally from Ontario and living in Burnaby, BC right now. See you later, Tiki. Editing tremolo guitars is tricky because it's got that waveform, it's got that fluttering waveform all the way through it. Might sound weird. It's too early. I don't know if I can do anything with that, making it sound worse. Yeah, it's a great sounding guitar, but a lot of the stuff sounds eighth note too early. Getting a message. My phone. Hey, how do you guys like my pizza case? I think I'll leave that one alone. Oh. Okay. These ones. When I mix metal, do you ever add reverb to the guitar's drums to the point where it makes it barely indistinguishable? I don't really know what you mean by that. So you want to... Sorry guys, I didn't tell my wife that I was streaming right now, so she's texting me. Bye, Ken. Oh yeah, I do like reverb on guitars, but it's really tricky with metal to make it not push the guitars farther back. And yeah, so I guess if you want the sound of reverb on the guitars, you're going to have to EQ the guitars. So let's say if I wanted reverb on the guitars, I'd EQ it and maybe compress it even. And I'd probably experiment with having the reverb in the same bus as the guitars, or versus having them separate. So I think it's going to be a tricky thing to not make that more muddy. You'll have to really EQ out all the low end from that reverb. render item just if track has some effects. How to render virtual instrument with having track has some. Okay, so where are the effects? Are they on the track? Are they on the item? You want to render a track with only certain effects. Josh, it's hot in here. It's really hot in here. So you might be in luck. Wait long enough. So how's the stream quality for you guys? You can hear everything clearly. It's not buffering too much, things like that. I might make the pants optional streams for patrons only, if that's okay. Okay, so the effects are on the track. Track with effects, 2 versions to render wet and dry. Okay, so... All right, hopefully I can... And now I've got a MIDI or audio version of that in the same place. And you would need to bypass the effects so it's not going through twice. But the other way to do it is, so let's say you just have the synth and you go back to your MIDI item. You've bypassed your other effects on the track. Right click, do the same thing. So this version has no EQ and delay on it. This one was the one I did earlier, and this is the original. This is just the synth printed there. So you can do it on the item. Or you can freeze the track up to this last selected item. So select it, freeze track up to last selected. You can do mono or stereo. What's the other one? The other one is to render to a stereo stem track and mute the original. So now I've got another track with just the synth, and this is the original one with the MIDI. So, okay, I've shown you 3 different ways, so which one was it? I'm showing you in 2 clicks, so it's hard to optimize better than that. But all the stuff is in the action list. So render. These are some good ones. Render selected area of tracks to stereo post fader stem track, and mute originals. That's a good one. So if you'd make a selection and run that, and so it's made a new track and only rendered that selected area of it. You can add these actions to toolbars or the other things, mouse modifiers. Wet and dry render. Yeah, he probably has a custom action that like duplicates the track and then bypasses the effects on one, things like that. How do you keep track of all your scripts? Cheat sheet. I install and forget. I just use the action list and yeah, and just try to use keywords till I find it. Yeah, so AndyVax has probably got a custom action that he just triggers through a toolbar button. You'll have to ask him for all the details. Good template for starting a new song. I'm kind of in the process of doing that. Or, well, I mean, I just play around with synths and stuff and then save presets, and eventually I'll make a template so that I can start. But I usually start with a blank session. Appreciate that, man. This guitar sounds out of tune to me. I'm pretty sure AndyVax isn't English as his first language, so might be some difficulty there. I think he's Ukrainian. When editing an energetic passage, how do you keep the energy while chopping and aligning to grid? I'm editing to the grid because I've already edited the drums to the grid, and these were recorded to the original drums. So everything's kind of, there's the natural push and pull of everything, but also they're listening to a guide that wasn't, it wasn't, perfectly in time or anything like that. So I'm correcting for multiple things, and really, for editing guitars with fast sections, I make sure that the beginning and the end is lined up, and the stuff in the middle, maybe I don't care so much, but getting the downbeats in time, it needs to be pretty close to begin with. I haven't done any drum mixing on this. It's just what it is. It's going to be a big project, and if I don't have to rough mix it, then it will save me some time. Went down and fixed phase issues between a DI guitar and a mic'd amp. I showed something in one of the first episodes of the home recording show, which is a podcast that I did for like 7 years. But like the first 1 or 2 episodes, I I did that. I think I put a mic on a skateboard and then pulled it back to change the phase. I can't remember if I've done a video on multi-micing guitar. I feel like I have, but maybe I've just talked about it a bunch of times. Okay, I'll try to remember that. This time I remembered to put the chat on the screen so that when I watch the replay later, I'll still have all the questions. Because the last stream I did, I forgot to do that. And then I only have my answers and I have no idea what the questions are after the fact. So, yeah. Hi, Lisa. This guitar kind of sucks. I may have missed some questions. Click on/off shortcut, but it lowers the volume when I use it. I have no idea what you're talking about with that. Do I play with other DAWs? Do I use Rewire? I don't. Reaper is the only DAW I use. The only other programs that I use are ScreenFlow, which is what I use for capturing all my videos. And I just export everything out of that and I edit my videos in Reaper. I use a couple other like small utilities that do like one thing for me, like Vordio or Audio Move, XLD for converting MP3s. Yeah, I used to use Premiere. For a long time I was a Pro Tools user, but couldn't keep up with their upgrades, didn't trust that company at all. So yeah, took me a while to get used to Reaper, but I'm glad I stuck with it. Is this a good or bad time to do streams? Because I figure if I have an audience, I'll actually get work done instead of watching videos. Okay. Cool. This is 2 in the afternoon for me. So yeah. If I didn't have an audience, I'd probably be watching other people stream or I don't know, playing Minecraft with my kids. Or I don't know, having a nap. Scott, there probably is an easier way, but like an automated way, but I end up spending twice as much time manually correcting the mistakes that those make. Because like Beat Detective sort of things, they cause more harm than good sometimes. But yeah, trust me, this is the easier way. I do all the edits and I listen back once and make sure it's all good. Um, would you choose Reaper over Pro Tools? That's pretty obvious. Yeah, wrong place to ask that. No, I've been Reaper user since let's see, 2009, probably when I started switching over. I sold my copy of Pro Tools in 2011. Yeah, I've done like, I think there was one time I needed a session converted and I just had someone else do it. I think I missed out on one job because I didn't have Pro Tools. Everyone else is happy to work with what I need. So yeah, everyone can accept WAV files. It's a funny question though. Where did all my tracks go? How do you hide everything? Now we only see 3 tracks. Look back a couple weeks in the video archives. I've got a bunch of actions for showing and hiding tracks. Yeah, let me look that up. I'll just put a link in. All right, there's the link. How can you select and cut 3 lines items with 1 selected track? Okay, so these items are grouped. So before I do the editing, I select all the mics that need to be time aligned, and you right click and choose group items, and that keeps all your edits together. You also need to make sure that this button here is enabled. If you right click it, select one item, selects group. So yeah, super important when you're working with real microphones. This is three mics on the guitars. Hello, everyone that's new. How many people do I have watching right now? Look that up. There are 35. Cool. So, what kind of things would you like to see from the Reaper blog? Keep in mind, it's usually just me working on the videos. I like to do more interviews. Those are always fun, but they don't get the views that makes it seem like you guys like that. But the comments are usually pretty good. So, I don't know, the people that do watch it enjoy it, but people don't rush. They don't stop everything to watch them. Live stream a whole song start to finish. Yeah, that'd be cool. I'm still tweaking the settings with the streaming software to make sure that I can get good, reliable connection all the time. A couple weeks ago, I thought I had it figured out. The next stream I didn't work at all. And then today it seems to be working fine. Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully I don't have to do that every single time. Seems like everything is on the beat. Guitars should the guitars be after the beat? Well, all the guitars are ahead of the beat right now. Everything was kind of rushing and it was really sloppy. So I'm going to start pushing things onto the beat, and I'll listen and see if they need to be pushed back. But it's easier to make that judgment once everything's in time. Yeah, that's wrong. Interviews with big Rescript authors like MPL or X-Frame. They use this theme all the time. Yeah, this theme is a modified version of 5.0 Nitpicky Edition. And I've changed some of the colors, and I have a video on the colors that I changed. And things you can do to tweak themes. Things that I like, things that make things easier to see, like these grid lines are a lot easier to see than the default. I'll show you the difference. Default. Like, can't see them at all. This one. Can't Reaper detect the transients and shift them to line on the grid? Yeah, it can, but I prefer to choose where it is. All right, thanks a lot for checking in, David. Thanks for the questions and everything. See you later. MIDI filter and MIDI editor. Yeah, I gotta learn that one first. Have I uploaded my theme with the tweaks? I don't think so. Hang on a sec. Or what am I looking for? Color themes. I think it's this one. Cool, George. So you don't always want to edit on the transients, and I think that's where the automatic transient detection things and quantizing things get it wrong. You don't always want it on the transient. You usually want to edit in the silent parts, or sometimes like right here in the middle of the item or middle of the waveform, and use a crossfade to make sure that's clean. I'm going to check it right now. Eater, hey, are you a food blog? I follow a channel called Eater, but I think they only do food. Are you the same channel? How do I change the layouts for the child? Okay, good to know. How do we change the child and parent tracks in the mixer manually? Extensions. What am I looking for? Auto color icon. And this also does layouts. So here, if it's a folder track, it's going to load the small sidebar layout in the mixer. What's the opposite of transients? I don't know. Everything else. Connection okay now? Did we miss that? Let me know if I need to repeat that. Hey, Nick. There's no plugins on this mix yet. I've got an EQ on the snare drum and a compressor on the bass. And that's it. Favorite compressor to use on drums? You can get really good results with recomp. Pretty much everything works on drums. Okay, bass, I have no idea. I'm only hired to edit this song, so I have no idea how it was recorded. Other than the track names, or the audio file names. It's, yeah, it really doesn't say. It's 3 tracks, bass DI, probably an amp. Yeah, it's 3 tracks. I don't know. What I like for recording bass is this. I think that's in frame. I don't know. MXR bass DI, the M80. Love that thing. I've shown it in a bunch of videos. Okay, yeah, so things are sounding pretty good in this mix, or this editing project. And I need to consolidate these things, but this is a 96K session. I don't want to mess up the stream by changing sample rates and things like that. I think it can wait. I'm pretty sure that's all the editing I need to do on this. This one didn't get edited, but I think we'll have to be left alone. Okay, other compressors that I like. I really like the T-Rex plugins. The Black 76 is cool. I also use the White 2A a lot, and the Bus Comp. So let's go to the drum. Hey, Poderoso Gamer. What's up, Daniel? Yeah, so this project's done. I can't do anything else on it without changing the sample rate and possibly ruining the stream. So, how long has it been? I don't even know. Been going for 46 minutes. Holy crap. I'm seeing 33 people watching now, but I don't know if that's accurate. And stream is okay, not great. Can you make a New York compression with drums with the Klanghelm MJUC? You can do New York compression with anything. You just set it up on 2 tracks. Guys, before I go, I want to let you know about my Patreon, where you guys can get some extra content. You can support the channel, and I'm going to do monthly live streams just for the patrons. I do rely on the income from this to actually, be able to make these videos. YouTube doesn't pay me nearly enough. I need this to pay rent and everything like that. So if I don't want you guys to send a lot of money, I just want a bunch of people to send like $2 a month, so that I can keep doing this. There's almost 13,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel, and only 43 people have committed to giving me money. So yeah, like if you guys want extra content and you want to see me keep doing these videos, like tutorials, 2 to 3 times a week, then I need a few people to sign up on Patreon. I'll put a link there, and yeah, consider it. I do, I spend a considerable amount of time and money running the website and making videos. I'd love to help people and to teach people about Reaper, but I gotta somehow make money as well. So if you guys like this, consider being a patron. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for joining me on the live stream today. It was unannounced, but you guys showed up, interacted. It was fun. I will see you guys tomorrow morning with a new video, and another one on Mondays and Fridays forever. All right, see you. Bye.